Hello and welcome to the Moncast, where we compare Pokemon and Digimon. I'm Evie, and as always, I'm joined by Quinn.
Hi!
And May.
Hello. Oh, my internet connection's unstable.
It's the opposite of a horse's house.
That is true.
The current score is 12-1 to Digimon, and this time we're discussing our 14th episodes, All in a Day's Wurmple and Grow Mon Grow. We recommend watching the episodes before you listen any further, but you do you. And a big thank you to our fantastic patrons for supporting the show. If you want to join them, you'll gain early access to the uncut versions a week ahead of the edited versions. Now let's start off with All in a Day's Wurmple. One of you has to go first on account of me having pizza and being very hungry.
This was an okay-ish episode.
I was just gonna say I love the episode title. I don't know. I really love their puns that the Pokemon make, and I like that we're just continuing on with actually giving May an episode rather than Ash having the episode. I really just enjoy that. Yeah, and was it last week? I can't remember. That was also a May episode. And it was also a Team Rocket episode, sort of. So that really ticks all the boxes for me.
Yeah, Team Rocket were fire this week.
Oh yeah, but that's a standard.
That's true, but even better than usual, I would say.
It's especially good when Team Rocket get a plot that involves the main cast and they have to work together or just interact a lot. Because you don't get that very often, but throwing Team Rocket in the mix of any Ash and Co situation just really livens things up. And yeah, it was a really good week. Like, I'm super happy with this episode. Like, we had two captures. We had May being a really good trainer, already better than Ash. Like when Ash started out. And it's just, I like seeing May do things and want to do things. Like, it's so much better than when she was just like, oh, Pokemon, there, whatever. Now she's actually got her own goal that she's working towards.
Mm-hmm. No, I really like that.
And now she has a Wurmple, and she can train it and get it to become a Beautify, and that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, no, this was fun. Wurmple is a cutie, and it's nice to see May care about a bug, actually.
And not be terrified by a bug, because bugs and girls, apparently.
Well, and she's even done that before, but made an exception here, and that is really minor, but technically growth.
I don't think May's ever been squeamish around bugs.
Maybe I'm just remembering Misty 500 times.
I think she just didn't like Pokemon. Like, I think that was the thing. Like,
that's fair. I thought it was really funny. They were like, hey, remember that woman who had the Beautifly? Me. No?
It was literally like a week ago.
I don't think Quinn didn't join us for that recording.
Oh yeah, Quinn missed us. Quinn missed that episode.
Oh, okay. That would make a lot more sense. Okay. I was just like, well, I'm glad you called back to it, but I sure didn't remember that happening.
Yeah, like Pokemon's actually remembering something that happened an episode ago instead of being almost like something that doesn't pay too much attention to what happens week to week unless it's a gym battle. So this is actually like something that's good that's happening there. They're actually continuing on.
Yeah, this is like, what's her name who really liked Electabuzz showing back up?
Casey.
Casey!
For some reason, Casey seems to be the only character that you can remember ever making a return.
Casey is one of the only characters who feels like a real character and not, e.g., Ash, but photographer.
Mm.
Or woman.
Oh, I remember Woman. She was so good.
I love women.
Do you know who else loved Women? Brock.
No, he really doesn't.
You basically missed the introduction to contests.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. I'll have to go back and watch it.
It was a really good episode. Much like this one.
It almost beat Digimon last week, almost.
Yeah, this week. Honestly, the only negative I have about it is just that the two Franklins payoff thing was a bit lame.
Yeah, pretty lame, especially with Forest and Forester. Like, I want to just hurt their parents. And it's okay, Forest. I'll protect the forest.
Like, you could just imagine the dad trying to come up with baby names. He just looks out his window, sees a forest, and just goes, Forest? And if it's a girl, Forest her. Then they had twins.
I think that they just were really lazy and didn't reinvent the pun from Japanese, where it was maybe Mori and why can't I remember 3 trees instead of 2 trees?
Is it Hayati?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what it was in Japanese, and they just were really, really lazy on like localizing that pun.
I'm just gonna double check that it's Hayati. I'm pretty sure it's her. No, Hayati is not. No, Hayati is fashion. I'm certain that was wood. It's something starting with ha.
Wow. Anyway, we're both having Japanese brain farts at the same time, so let's move on.
I don't think I've ever used that word.
Yeah, Mori is the one that I remembered, and I can't remember the other one.
The one that's 2 trees.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said. It's 2 trees versus 3 trees, and I can't remember.
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure it's Hayashi then.
I think you're right. Okay.
I think I combined Mori and Hayashi, and that's how I got what I said.
This is great content for all the non-Japanese speakers, and also several people are laughing at us.
I don't get it in Japanese, though, and you said
It's just their related names that mean pretty much the same thing, but are pronounced different ways, which is a lot more clever in Japanese.
Because they're different words.
The difference is they didn't want to name one of the characters Wood when they translated it, so they made it Forester?
Just call him, like, Forrest and Edward.
Yeah, like, anything of that. Glade. Glade could have been fine.
Glade sounds too cool.
Glen. Ooh, Glen and Forest.
But yeah, just like, I was expecting some big reveal, but it was literally just like, oh, they're just twins. And they have stupid names.
That sounds like Pokemon, to be honest.
It was saved by Jessie, like, catching a Wurmple before the episode ended, though.
Also, just Jessie this entire episode is just Eleanor from The Good Place.
I did like when she just kept kicking the trees.
And just their insistence on, you catch, we steal. What an ethos.
She really likes Digimon World 3 and kicking the trees to get the cards.
Yes, I approve of this reference. Kicking boots. You can't kick trees without the right boots.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, there's a lot more that I liked than I didn't. And I just...
Yeah, we do.
It's so nice to have May just enthusiastic and being a good trainer.
It's true. God, why aren't you like that every week, May?
I'm sorry.
Like, I hope we see more of this.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, if it continues on like this, it won't be terrible. Like,
I will say, I wish that May had figured out that bug types would be weak to fire.
Yeah, but sometimes the show just likes to explain things again.
Yeah, it would have been cool if she'd just tried it and been like, oh, right, I think I remember that. Instead of having to have some guy tell her.
But we're still in the tutorial phase of the show.
You're not wrong. I just wish that were not true.
It happens. Just putting May and Team Rocket together is such a nice change of pace.
it's a really nice combination. I like them both. I like when May gets focused, and I've always loved Team Rocket.
Just every time you say, oh yeah, when May said, I'm always thinking you're talking about air. I find that very funny this week, especially since May got some pretty good lines.
Do we need to call air to get rid of that joke?
Sorry, you can edit these jokes out if they're terrible.
We're airing this issue.
Much better puns.
We're gonna get good jokes either way.
It's the airing of grievances.
And the podcast is airing.
Oh, I can't think of one. I must be airheaded.
Yeah. We should err on the side of caution, I suppose.
I like that.
Okay, we'll call May, and we'll call May Air.
Yes.
That clears everything up.
I'm hoping we're calling the Pokemon character Air.
Yeah, it's Ash and Air. Air and her brother Max.
God, Ash and Air would be such a good show.
That actually sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just Pokemon Advance remake where May transitions.
I'd watch it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're getting May transitioning into an actual character.
It's true. We are. It's good.
Like, she wants to be a contest person.
Yeah, that's good. She has a goal. She has a reason to like Pokemon now.
It's such a low bar that Pokemon just gives a character a goal, and I'm like, yes, thank you. But it is just refreshing.
Well, it's so much better than Brock's, which is, like, not something he's ever actually done. Like, he always wants to someday be a breeder. The degree to which it's nice to see even incremental character changes that are not just, I caught a Pokemon, is really nice.
And hopefully we'll see more drastic progression now that we're cutting out a lot of the filler episodes in between. So we'll see May actually become good at contests. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know if she'll be good.
at least enter them. And I would imagine she'll be, pretty okay at them. It's not like Ash, she can win things because the tournaments don't matter.
True.
God, please have a 6-episode beauty contest arc.
I don't think it's all at once, but we definitely have quite a few contest episodes.
No, I just want May to, win the regional championship for beauty contests. Just as a 6-episode arc, please, just that.
Might not get that many episodes, but I think there might be a few in a row later on.
That's fair. That would be fun.
It will be fun. I only have, other small things I really liked this episode, and they're all just so trivial. Just things like Brooke showing Max how to cook, and it just being a cute little thing in the background.
I died at the line, Wurmple, wow, what's that?
Wurmple's so cute. Neither of you were on the podcast when Caterpie was still a thing, but I loved Caterpie so much. And now there's a Wurmple.
I think I might have been on the podcast.
You may have guessed it on one episode.
Yeah, I guessed it on episode, yeah.
But you definitely guessed it on the episode where Ash discovered trading and traded away his Butterfree. I wasn't happy.
Oh, what a sad episode. I forgot about that.
He got Butterfree back, but he almost traded away Butterfree.
And Butterfree goes off to, have kids with the pink Butterfree? Which is how you know it's a girl?
Oh yeah, I hate it. I hate that episode. It's just the worst.
I'd have almost been okay with it if it were just another blue Butterfree. Like Jesus people.
I'll never be okay with it.
No, but if you were gonna have an episode where a Pokemon leaves, please don't color code your girls.
But how would you know otherwise? If you're not putting the pink band over the girls, how do you know?
Oh, I will give this to Cross Wars. Cutemon gets he/himmed at least in the subs, and wears a pink ribbon.
Breaking gender norms. Nice. So we have Wurmple, who is a new Caterpie, except they belong to May, which just makes them a million times better. Oh, I love Wurmple already.
Wurmple's so good. I love that we're using String Shot to do damage.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Anime, game, different things, whatever. I love the way Wurmple's legs, swivel around. They just sort of rotate, and it looks goofy.
Oh, yeah, it's very cute.
It's so adorable.
Shout out to Torchic doing Ember being pretty cute.
Torchic's always cute.
Yeah, I just, Torchic deserves some love.
Okay. The early Torchic catches the Wurmple.
How was that not the title?
Because it's too long and too clever.
Yeah.
But it's good. I like it. Could be an episode title, maybe.
Perhaps. I'd be down. I think I'm out of things to say about Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just basically what I want for a Pokemon episode.
Mm-hmm. I would watch Pokemon if every week were this good.
The characters were good. It was funny. And we got introduced to double battles as well, which I think are really cool and make the battles a bit more dynamic.
I love Brock explaining that 2 + 2 = 4 to Max.
I forgot that.
Max comes off as real dumb this episode.
Which is good, because I don't like him.
No.
That's mean.
I just don't know why he's there.
I like how 2 of Air's names are in this show, though.
It's true.
Let's go on to Growmon Grow.
Okay, but is it not supposed to be Growmon Grow?
Growmon Grow.
Unironically? It doesn't work unless you pronounce both words different ways.
Growmon Grow.
I really wish that could be the episode title, but I have no way to put that into text.
I've only made it through 1 and a bit slices of pizza.
Maybe have it as Growl, because that's his... Maybe it's Growlmon Grow? I'm trying to think of how that could work.
Yeah, no, this was not a great episode title, actually.
Pokemon takes the title award.
Sure does, which,
Definitely.
Should we make that a thing in Mono a Mono, the title award?
I'd enjoy that. The dub titles are always a gem.
I think Pokemon always wins. I feel like, I don't know, I always like the Pokemon titles more than the Digimon ones.
Usually, although I've seen some pretty lazy Pokemon ones. But yeah, I would be down for, I don't think we need to write it down, but it's something we can discuss every week.
Yeah, it's not something to keep a score on, because who cares? But it's fun.
You, out there, our biggest fan, can keep score.
Yes, you, Paul, if that's your name. You
Kevin.
Get to decide. No, I've already asked Paul. We can't ask Kevin.
Oh, fine.
We can have them both to make sure we have an equal...
Was it Paul McCartney that you asked? Do all British people just know each other?
Paul and Kevin exchange numbers. make sure you've got the same title, like, winners. And yeah, get back to us at the end of the series with a score. Okay? And if you're both wrong, then I'm going to go to Natalie and get the actual correct number.
I don't remember who Natalie is.
None of these people are real, Quinn.
Thank
I'm
you.
making this up. We don't have listeners.
That's fair. We do have Amy, I think. Hi, Amy.
I don't know how much of this is going to be left in.
That's valid.
Should we talk about Digimon?
So Digimon. So this is a fun episode. I kind of giggle about the fact that we can suddenly see through our Digimon's eyes, but only for this episode.
It is odd.
Also, when we go into the clock dimension for a minute.
I know. I was going to say this weird is so trippy. I forgot the word episode.
This weird is so trippy. Okay, we have a title.
It is. It's just so, like, it's off the whole time.
So Digimon does a lot of things where you could easily chalk it up to that looks like it must have been a metaphor, but then later it turns out it's never a metaphor. And it's weird to me that we never come back around to the clock dimension by the end of the season.
What even is that? Like,
I don't know.
Why could he feel the pain?
I mean, like, okay, fine, whatever. It's magic. The fairies got involved. I can't remember what they're called.
The enchiladas.
The gnomes, the Digi-gnomes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they were called that.
That is literally the explanation here, is the Digi-gnomes made it happen. Also, Digi-gnomes just sacrifice their lives to make wishes happen. It's pretty sad.
If wishes were Digimon, we'd all cast nets.
Okay.
Yep, good one, to be honest.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so quiet after that. I was like, there's a saying, if wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nests. Because, if we all want wishes.
It's just not a good joke, and I'm really here for the anti-joke.
Yeah. That was kind of the point.
Yep.
What's the point of this episode? I don't get it. Takato just had a breakdown, and then Wurmple.
Yeah, Takato had a breakdown, and his Digimon bonded, and it's different than the way the other two characters bond, because magic and Digignomes and a blue card.
There was literally a skyscraper in between them. How did they bond?
He had a literal magic device.
Are the Digivices walkie-talkies to the Digimon now?
Well, for this episode only, the Digivice can display a hologram of what your monster is seeing. So yes, I think that counts as a walkie-talkie, and then also you can go unconscious and now it makes you psychic. That's the plot of this episode.
This episode unsettles me. I don't understand, 80% of what happens.
It was written by a guy who does Lovecraft fiction. What more do you need to know?
Why do the trees look so weird?
See my previous statement.
Was anyone else just completely unnerved by the screams of the Digimon being obliterated?
I'm so here for it.
This is a kid's show.
Yeah, and it's written by a Lovecraft author. It's very Grimm's fairy tales, and I love it.
It's weird and scary.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe a teensy bit too much. It just went. It's so extra this time.
It was very extra. Oh my god, Yamaki.
Yamaki
gets literally told, you, in particular, are the reason that Digimon are able to enter this world en masse. I should never have allowed children to play with Digimon. It's the why would America do this meme. And he's just punching the cement wall, talking about how it's all the children's fault. It's kind of my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Also, I love that this whole fight happens at what is in reality the Tokyo City Council building.
Really?
Yes, the evil-looking pitchfork, tuning fork building is real and just a government office that looks really evil.
Why couldn't they just take a lift?
Lift did not exist.
Just go in the building.
Oh, that lift.
And take it. Yeah, elevators.
Probably because the elevators don't work when the military helicopters come out.
Why guns?
So that we could say that guns won't work after Gargomon's guns did not work.
Gargomon has ammo, apparently, and can just run out.
Gargomon has ammo to reload, and no opposable thumbs with which to do so.
There's so much just off about this episode. I don't understand.
It's so wild and extra, and I love it.
It's good. It's definitely good.
It was an episode. Like, it was definitely an okay episode.
It was an episode.
It was an episode. Like, I liked it. I think I might have liked Pokemon more, but I'm not 100%. Like, I don't know. I always considered this to be a little bit of foreshadowing to later events, how Takato really wants his Digimon to just evolve, kind of.
Yeah, they definitely, like, the connection they establish here is a very violent one. It is caring here, but yeah, no, this is good foreshadowing to the psychic connection we will invoke again later.
I was thinking more about the, like, Biomerge Digivolution that comes up eventually.
This is definitely also foreshadowing that, and also I just really like him going "Rawr" as he shoots missiles. It made me laugh a lot. It was very good and very funny.
The bit that made me laugh the most was definitely Takato's dramatic card throw to Rika.
Yes, oh my god, the card throw.
There are so many dramatic card throws in this season.
But I tell you the moment that got me more than any other. The Yamcha?
Aww.
I don't get that reference.
It's Dragon Ball.
That's why I don't get that reference. This visual reference is brilliant to bring up on a podcast.
You're not wrong, but I will tweet it later.
That is a good tweet.
Yeah. Anyway, so Digimon.
Okay, I don't think they actually said the Digimon's name out loud, but was it Mihiramon?
I believe that's correct.
Like, I saw it spelled out, but whatever it was, the tiger thing with the nunchuck tail is pretty cool.
And that's like the first Dave that we've seen, right?
It is. It's the start of the Deva arc, and we've already got Ultimate level. Just out of nowhere, just because Takato felt his pain or something.
Yeah, I will always just love the visual of him just being beaten up in the middle of the air. It just feels so funny. I know it's meant to be serious, but it's so funny. It's just boom. It's just sort of moving. It's funny to me. Matrix Digivolution has been achieved quite early as well, actually.
Yep. Crystal Matrix activate.
I know, that got me as well. Just like, does Calamon know what that is?
We will never find out.
Also, do people just know about Digimon now? Because there's so many people in that park at the end.
Yeah, that just sort of happens in Digimon constantly, though.
There are so many strangers who watch Takato in particular.
Yeah. And Kazu and Kenta just... Jerry as well, just walk over. They're just there. Like, I was still under the impression that Kazu and Kenta didn't think that Gilmon was real.
Yeah, no, they saw him and then they ran away.
Yeah, but I thought that they just saw, like, the red eyes. I thought it was a prank.
No, but they ran away. They were terrified. They were clearly, like, and they were... I thought they believed him, but they were just terrified of it.
Though they managed to convince themselves that it was a prank, even though, like, the evidence didn't make sense. But now Digimon are attacking Tokyo, and yeah, apparently everyone knows Digimon exist, but somehow missed the fact that Takato gave the monster a hug.
I'm just saying that in Digimon in general, they will forget next episode. But it just sort of happens.
It does. This whole episode just sort of happens.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it.
It's just good payoff after the last episode built up the atmosphere.
Yeah, it wasn't my favourite, but I definitely enjoyed it.
It just lent really far into, like, horror vibes. Like, it had piano music and everything.
Yeah, well, they definitely do like the horror vibes in this season.
Definitely a different episode of Digimon than usual.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I wish that we did this kind of vibe a little more often, even if it could be a little less creepy at times.
Anything else?
I don't know, it was fun. There was good combat. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, the combat was fine. It was attack the tiger, and if you're not ultimate, get thwacked.
That's true. Also, every time, I don't remember what the actual name was, but he said something samurai, and I'd hear samurai pizza cats.
Huh.
It was like samurai tiger something.
Pouncing tiger hidden Digimon. I don't know.
I'm a little shocked that wasn't the episode title, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I'm not, because it's a bad joke. A bad title.
Yeah, but it's Digimon.
Now it's time for Mono a Mono, where we attempt to compare these episodes by arguing over trivial things. So, any comparisons? I've got the very obvious one, that Digimon is a lot weirder than Pokemon.
Yeah.
This was so trippy.
I'm so into it. I should never have allowed children to interact with Digimon.
I should never have allowed children.
You're not wrong, Air. You should not allow children.
Yamaki! you can see him standing right next to the dinosaur, and the dinosaur's completely just, like, passive.
But the funny thing is, but the building that he works in is literally overlooking that park. And I feel like the amount of times he's just staring out that window glaring, if he just looked a little bit down, he could probably see the giant dinosaur. It's just, like, if you go to that, like, you can go to that building, like, it's an observation deck. If you just go there and look out the window, you have a very clear view of everything that's there. Yamaki, just use your eyes.
He has shades on all day.
I want to know more about all the Digimon, and we're going to later find out there were at least supposed to be other kids in the background with partners, whose partners maybe just got genocided.
Oh, yeah. That is the sad part. That he's just sort of killing Digimon, which is kind of heartbreaking.
We're going to do a redemption arc for him, and he sure killed a lot of people.
But is it a redemption arc if he lives?
Do you remember the bit in Pokemon where all the Pokemon got sucked into a wormhole and eradicated? Because I don't remember that ever happening in Pokemon. But it happened in Digimon.
Isn't that in Sun and Moon?
Sun and Moon was probably, like, even though I did not like Sun and Moon, it's definitely the most Digimon Pokemon has ever been, in the way that the story is just cyber sleuth.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. That's kind of what I meant by wasn't that Sun and Moon where that little thing almost literally happened.
Yeah, it was very Digimon, but it wasn't good. Like, I prefer Pokemon being Pokemon.
I want them to actually care about, like, N and that whole thing. Like, what if that whole thing hadn't turned out to be hypocrisy, so stop caring about it, please.
Well, they're Peter, so I think it's meant to be hypocrisy because they're just Peter, which is consistently a bit hypocritical.
I just wish they weren't both sidesing it. Like, actually commit to, hey, maybe Pokemon shouldn't be enslaved. It's a conversation we're weirdly unprepared to have in a game that brought up the conversation.
I mean, there's Detective Pikachu, the film, where no one's enslaved.
That was kind of nice.
That's as close as they'd come.
I liked it.
Other comparisons. The Pokemon of the week was a caterpillar, and the new Digimon was a mech dinosaur with atomic laser nipples, which is a bit of a contrast.
Little known fact, all caterpillars actually do have the laser nipples.
I learned that today. I was today years old when I found that out.
And it's true, don't bother Googling it, but it's true.
A caterpillar with the laser nipples.
Let's see, we both featured adults being violent toward children.
I guess.
I was honestly a little shocked that Terriermon didn't just destroy Yamaki.
That would have been amazing.
Just bunny blast his ass.
Just the alternate timeline where Terrier tornadoes into him.
Mm-hmm. It kind of would have helped set off the redemption arc if he'd had to figure out that, yeah, he deserved that.
Yamaki's a bad dude.
He really is. You don't trust a man with shiny glasses.
He didn't even do anything. He messed everything up and then just walked away and blamed the...
Yes, he just caused the problem and then had a man pain about not being able to solve it.
I think the stakes were a little bit higher in Digimon than Pokemon.
Slightly.
But hey, at least both shows had some sort of, like, character-driven thing happening.
It's true.
That's good.
No one in Digimon had a secret twin.
Oh, thank goodness. Who are our Mons of the Weeks?
It's a hard one, yeah.
It was very close for me, but I did go with Wurmple. I mean, it says Wurmple a lot, and it's cute.
That's because that's what they do in Pokemon. They say their names.
Wurmple! I love Wurmple. Oh my goodness. May not being Ash won't get rid of Wurmple.
I like this idea.
Oh, I'm so happy we have a caterpillar again. Yay! And Jessie has one too.
That's a lot of caterpillars.
I'm gonna give mine to Renamon.
Yeah, I was gonna say Renamon but that's
why?
Because I don't know. I really like
What?
Renamon.
Why?
Because she's Yamcha.
Well, I like she actually tried hard and didn't need to have guns that can propel her up a building.
Yeah, and also
I don't understand. Like, how can you want to give it to Renamon in the War Growlmon debut episode?
Because War Growlmon was
How biased are you both towards Renamon?
No, I'm pretty sure we've given it to Terriermon before in episodes where Terriermon appeared for like a minute just to be sassy.
We absolutely have.
Yeah, but that's when everyone else is worse than Terriermon.
I would say that everyone was worse than Renamon.
But Atomic laser nipples! How can you fight back against atomic laser nipples?
I don't know, by plugging them?
By plugging them.
We have to plug that giant hole. just dialogue from this week's episode of Digimon.
That just happened.
Digimon was a trip.
Digimon was so wild this week, and I'm so here for it.
Okay, between Wurmple and Renamon, why Renamon again?
Renamon was good and did a good fight and lost for kind of
Pikachu
reasons.
I feel like Wurmple doesn't really have much of a personality, but Renamon always does.
Wurmple ate all the food and then curled up and went to sleep.
But that's what Pokemon do.
And that's just like what I do.
I don't. We see that constantly from like whenever there's a Pokemon that eats, that's kind of what happens. Like Pokemon do that with food. It didn't feel like it was unique to Wurmple being a character.
Everyone's food.
And that's cute, but I liked Renamon better, and I don't know what to tell you.
Renamon got her ass whooped.
Even that's kind of nice to see that, like, you know, we don't just have this overpowered character. She still has flaws. I don't know. It is close, but I don't know. I like Renamon.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, I forgot that we can't just agree to disagree on this show.
No, we pick one. And
Well,
why would you pick Renamon?
because Renamon's very, very good. I don't know what to tell you.
But she was barely in this.
Yeah, but as I said, we've given it to Terriermon for less.
Yeah, we've given it to Terriermon when Pokemon's been awful as well. And like when the rest of the Digimon cast hasn't really performed. But Growlmon was right there. And like he was in the clock dimension.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It made me laugh, but didn't impress me.
And he just like trolled Takato.
The trolling was pretty funny, but yeah, no, we can give it to Wurmple, that's fine, but if you want to know who my favorite character was, it was Renamon.
Yeah, I'm fine with Wurmple having it. It's just that I mean, it is still close, but yeah, I can give it to Wurmple.
Okay, Wurmple's having it.
Okay.
Because Air is too tired to argue back anymore.
Wurmple was a good character.
Yes. I cannot give it to Renamon in Growlmon's episode. It doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. Anyway, our Umon of the week.
Takato was pretty okay.
Takato's like flailing in the air when he's mimicking the attacks that Growlmon is having. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's my highlight this week.
It was pretty adorable, to be honest. I wish that every time they went to Ultimate that they had to do that, actually.
Yeah, I wish they continued with that.
Yeah.
And actually, I would be kind of into the shared pain thing being continued. And a little bit it is, I guess, but
it's a bit too extra for me. But anyway, for me, it is like a really good May episode, and I would have given it to May. But like Takato's easy second place, so I'm happy to give it to Takato.
Okay.
Even though I had no idea what he was on about a lot of the time.
He's just being extra, don't worry about it.
When was he a coward?
When he met Guilmon, like the first episode, he has grown since then. He was also afraid of fighting for a while.
I'm just saying that, like, I don't think that was really him being a coward, because that was fairly understandable. Like, it was a giant dinosaur. Like, I feel like if I saw a giant dinosaur, I probably would be a little bit frightened at first. I feel like he had, like, a reasonable reaction to it.
I don't believe that his reaction was in any way unreasonable, but I would assume that's what they were alluding to. He has gone from being afraid of the dinosaur who wanted to give hugs to helping to fight the giant evil cat, and that's progress.
Guilmon was a dinosaur from our imagination.
You're not wrong, but I wish you were.
He wants to give you hugs. Okay, Takato gets Umon of the week. Last thing then is to give our ratings and decide a winner. So, let's do Digimon scores first for a change. I bet that really threw you off. What are you going to do?
I'm going to say 7.
I'm going to give it a 9. It's one of my favorite episodes.
A 7 from Air and a 9 from Quinn. And I gave it an 8. Because I felt it was pretty on par with last week's.
Apparently I just gave it a lower score than everyone.
It was a trippy episode.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was good.
I would honestly have appreciated it if the vibe had stayed this for the entire series. Because they almost try to lean into that when we get to the D-Reaper, but I think it's a little, like, you've changed tone too many times. And
that does give Digimon 24 points. Let's see what Pokemon gets.
I I also gave this one a 7.
I'm going to agree with a 7. It was a good episode.
And I gave Pokemon a 9 because this is like pretty close to a perfect episode of Pokemon for me.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was literally just the lack of payoff with the twins.
Yeah, you've convinced me. I'll go to an 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it was better than I thought.
Well, this is awkward then, because no, they both have 24 points.
Okay, well, I'll give Digimon a 7.5 then.
Nope, 0.5s aren't allowed.
Okay, I'll give Digimon an 8 then. Because, like, I think Digimon... Yet, having remembered the episode and talking about it, I think Digimon's slightly better than the Pokemon episode for me.
That is fair. For me, I enjoyed Pokemon slightly more because I wasn't, like, suffering from internal dread. Well,
that's valid. Look, some of us enjoy suffering from internal dread, okay?
It's the screams. The screams are just genuinely unpleasant.
That's fair. I would agree with that statement.
Okay, well, Digimon does win with just one more point than Pokemon had. But at least it was close, which makes it...
Yeah, she said not upset at all.
I want Pokemon to get off 1 point.
That's valid, to be honest.
It'll happen, eventually. I hope. That does make the score 13-1 to Digimon.
We are approaching, especially when we get to the digital world, the part of Tamers that I like significantly less, so I would assume that Pokemon will get some points back.
Hopefully. If Digimon makes it to 10 episodes in a row winning, then I may just cancel the podcast.
Oh. When was the last time that Pokemon won?
Episode 6.
Oh. Oh no.
And even then it was a tie and we had to pick.
Yeah, I think the new format with the better episodes of Pokemon will be a much more interesting comparison.
Yeah, it's been close the last 2 weeks. Like, Digimon's only won by 1 point. So, yeah, Pokemon's in there with a fighting chance.
Yay.
Next time, we'll be skipping the Pokemon episode Gonna Rule the School, and instead we're discussing our 15th episodes, The Winner by a Nose Pass, and Snakes, Trains, and Digimon.
Both these titles are really good.
That's pretty good.
If you want to talk about today's episodes, you can reach us on Twitter, via email, and in the Moncast Discord. And you can support the show via Patreon to gain access to the Moncast Uncut. As always, a big thank you to our patrons for supporting our episodes. Chisai236, Nicholas, Keith, and Fletchy42. Massive thank you to Quinn and Air for joining me as well. Where can the people find you?
I'm lost in Translationmon, except this week, I guess.
But I forgot when I was recording the last episode to say that it would be a hiatus, so whoopsies.
All the links are in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Wurmple.
Ba. Ba.
Wurmple, Wurmple.
One,
2,
3,
4,
12.
6.
What's the point?
That way we're saying things in sync, and it's still in turn.
You're meant to say T after I say 6, and then Quinn, and then
Oh, I
it's
forgot.
meant to go 6T9.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I got thrown off by Quinn's 12.
I'm sorry, I forgot about the whole thing. And Air could have started it even after... I'd have gotten there with T, but I did not get there from 6, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, listeners.
Oh, I forgot to tap my microphone. Cool, I have tapped my microphone.
Cool. We can definitely hear that.
Love that dead air.
I'm sorry, I'm alive.
Whoa,
I'm
he's
alive.
alive. He's right here.
Wow. Yeah, that was really insensitive of me.
I'm sorry, I'm just really quiet this week, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us. It's usually me, so it's a nice change.
Ooh,
But
it's a good
if
episode.
you want to talk about...
Warp. So we should maybe end this episode.
Quinn, this is outtakes. We need these.
Bark, 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 bark.
I will
Where
now
is
proceed
this
to bark
even
at...
from?
It's a dog of wisdom. I will now proceed to bark at nothing.
Oh,
Bark,
I love that video.
bark, bark.
I forgot what it was from.
It's the best.
I'm going to watch that again after
If
this.
ball is too big for your mouth, It is not your ball. That is some good wisdom.
I might just take that video and make it the outro music.
That please do.
That's
Actually,
a
use
good
the.
idea.
I think the Living Tombstone did a remix of it, and it's really good.
Oh.
It's ba 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 ba.
Hello, this is Tentomon. Thank you for listening to the Moncast. Bye-bye.